Here we go. Connected live. 1 2 1 2. No, one thing I wanted to check. Yep. Okay. Should be an 18. Save. There. All right. Good. Good. My relay working? Testing. Relay's working. Excellent. All right. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Factorio. We're on a streak here. I've been streaming every day this week. This will not be the norm, I promise you that. So far, I am just having a blast. Now, what is on deck for today? Let's see. Right, last time we got our Mark II assemblers. Excellent. And we've got a little bit of built out red ammo. Ooh, look at all that juicy red ammo. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Put that in there. Put that in there. Put that in there. There we go. All the yellow ammo out of my inventory. Good. Red ammo. Let's go through and make sure all of my turrets are converted over to red ammo and are full. We had a lot of trouble last time with hordes of guys attacking us when we were trying to do stuff. I don't want that to be an issue anymore. All right, we could probably use a turret down here. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Man, I'm gonna end up with a whole bunch more yellow ammo that I'm gonna have to convert. It's fine, we'll get there. Okay. Good. And there's a gap here, right? Yeah. Now I think the ones... Never mind, I was going to say the ones over here have already been converted. They have not. We'll get that fixed right up. This one is low. Let's stock it up. This one's a little low. Let's stock that one up. That one's full. It's on red. That one's full. This one's damaged. Let's get that repaired. It is also not quite full. It is now. Okay. That one's good. Okay. So we got 3 more up here. Let's see. 185. That one could use a bit more. 89, that one could use a bit more. Okay. And then we'll check the one down here by our power. How's our power doing, by the way? Seems pretty good. About 4 out of 10. We are sitting pretty. Okay, this needs red ammo. Okay, and then we can come this way. All right, so that one needs to be topped off. That's not a real turret. And we need, looks like 2 more. 3. And this one's topped off with red, and that should be it. So we need 3 and change. These 4, this one needs to be topped off. These 3 need to be converted from yellow to red ammo. And then we are golden. Look at all this yellow ammo I've got now, though. Top all those off. Nice. All right. What's next? Looks like this iron plate isn't backing up, so we might need to expand our iron. The rest of this is good. Steel looks like it's probably backing up, so I think we're fine there. Circuits were good. Okay, so it's really just iron. We can maybe use a little bit more iron. But otherwise, we are ooh, we are running out of red science. We have a little bit of a stockpile, but we're burning it faster than we're producing it. So we should add some more. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. There we go. And that means we're going to need some more gears. Which we can absolutely do. There we go. Red science. All right. That's going to use more iron, which we were already not quite filling. So let's see if we can beef this up a little. The one side actually is stacked. It's the other side that's not quite. Does that matter? Are we actually good? Hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. Actually, we don't have both sides stacked, but I'm not sure that actually matters, does it? No, we're actually fine. As long as one side is stocked, the way we're using it, it should be fine. So we're actually good on resources at the moment. Cool. Okay, so what is next? We could start getting into, well, let's check our research here. We could start getting into military science. We can move to combat drones. I've never used combat drones. That could be cool. We're gonna need them for further damage upgrades. We could get into trains. Oh, that's what it's currently doing. Okay, that's fine. let's see. We need a car. For a car, we're gonna need... Oh, an offshore pump. We're gonna need engines. And engines are actually needed for blue science, if I remember right. Yeah. Hmm. I see. I see. Uh, Maybe we should go with steel furnaces next, so that we can upgrade our throughput if we need to. Which we don't at the immediate moment, but we know we will. And that's kind of the next stepping stone on the way to electric furnaces. Or we start diving into military science, which would not be the worst idea, actually. Military science is beefy, though. Piercing round, so we need red ammo, we need grenades, and walls. Walls is easy. We have stone, so we can do that. What do we need for grenades? Coal and iron. We could do that. All right. Let's do military science, shall we? We have a setup for red ammo, so let's just copy this. And we can set it up here. Let me take these out for now. And we can just put this here. Right about there, I guess. I'm looking at this over here and just trying to... I want to make sure we don't box ourselves into a corner there. What comes in on the top? Iron. So let's move it down a bit. Maybe about here? Okay. So that's going to be red ammo. Doesn't need to go into a box. And then we also need grenades and walls. Now grenades, we said is coal and iron, so that's easy. I can just bring both of those lines over and merge them in. And then walls is just stone, and we need to smelt the stone, so that's easy too. Let's see. So... Okay. So, what do we need first? Let's get some iron coming in here. Hold on. Can I be clever about this? Iron and coal. What if This was a combined iron and coal line. I think I like it. So, what's that going to look like? I think that's going to look like we have a line coming in here and a line coming in here. Like this. What do we got? Lab research speed. Excellent. Okay, so this is going to be iron and coal coming onto here. I think I want iron on the bottom. And then coal. So we have coal and iron coming in. We'll just bring this to here. Do this and this and this. In, out, in, out. Okay. And in. And then this line is what? Copper and steel. Let's do steel on the top because... Actually, do I even need this splitter here now? That splitter was to balance the two loads. I don't think I even need this splitter anymore. Let's get rid of that. So then I can put a splitter here, but I can't bounce across it. Although I guess I could stretch all the way. Maybe something like this. Okay. I think that works. So that gets me copper. And then this one is going to be steel. Okay. There. Okay. So this is going to make yellow ammo. This is going to output red ammo. And I think I want this to go left. And we're going to pass the red ammo up and around. Now this one is going to take an input, and this is going to use coal and iron. Hey, Esteban. Good afternoon to you. How are you doing today? All right, so that's pulling in coal and iron, in theory. Yep, there it goes. And that's going to make grenades. And I can output there. Besides scorching heat's pretty good. Oh, that's good to hear. Hopefully the heat's not too terrible. I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Got my yard all mowed. Try to get out there and do that once a week, so I got that all taken care of. And now I'm just relaxing for the evening. All right, so that's going to be that, and then the red ammo is coming out here. And I think we're going to pass the red ammo up this way. And now black science needs red ammo and grenades and walls. So I think what I'd like to do is set up the wall production here and just put walls on the other side of this. Just like this, and then this will just run both of those along. I can run a second line up here, and then I can put my black science producers here and run a line all the way out this way to get them up there. I think that's how we want to do it. So this is going to be walls. Now, this needs stone bricks. I have actual stone on my belt, which means I need smelters here. Let's get some lights scattered around here so I can see what I'm doing. Let's see. So I think let's put placeholders in here. So in this game you explore multiple planets. Yes. So in the original game, in just the base game, no. You just have the one planet and your goal is to launch a rocket, and then that's where the game ends. But if you get the Space Age expansion pack, which we are playing here, then after you launch the rocket, there's a whole construction platform in space that you move to, and then there's like 4 or 5 different planets, and you have to build separate bases on each of them, and each of those have like different things about them that you have to deal with, and it's a whole thing. I know almost nothing about any of that. We will discover that one together. Okay, so think I want this. And then the problem is I'm going to need stone and coal coming in, at least for now. Give me 3 of these. And I think what I want to do, I think I'm going to come up here and copy this setup. Because this is ultimately what I want to do. Let's copy that. And this is going to go here like that. Yeah, I know. Ugh. Oh, there we go. Okay. But this does not need to be nearly as robust as the other section. So I think we're not going to do this second line down here. I don't think we need that. We'll just do the one. And we can put the output line up here. So we don't need this output line going back. Which means this input line, whoops, this input line can be here. And it means these, we don't need the long inserters, so we can do this. But this does need to be a dual input. How do you feel about Terraria stream? I love Terraria. Terraria is an awesome game. I used to be super into Terraria back in the day. I find that the progression in Terraria, at least last time I played it, wasn't super great. Because a lot of times you kind of like, it's not entirely clear what you're supposed to be doing next. But hey, Ring, how are you doing today? Terraria. All right. One there. So this is going to be coal and stone is going to come in. And we're going to output there. Terraria. I honestly don't hear a difference. Terraria. Okay. Put this down. So this is going to be coal and stone. Let's get those going. One there. One there. One there. One here. Let's see, you're talking about, let's see, there's a news panel here somewhere. Not in game overview, is it? No. could have sworn there was a news panel here. I guess you can't get to it from there, can I? You used to be able to get to the store page too, which I think they took out for some reason. Let's do it this way. I can get to it from here. Store page. Friday Facts 443 posted today. Here we go. Read the full post on our website. And let me, because I don't have a scene set up for this, let's see if I can do this in here. No, don't copy, just... Oh my god. Can I... Oh, that worked. There we go. Get rid of that. Go to here. No! Stop opening in a different browser. Oh my god. It does not want to open this inside the game browser. How infuriating. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We'll get there. No, that's not the link I wanted. I want this link. Copy link. No! Why are you doing this to me? Factorio updates. Can I get to it through here? No, that's not what I want. Why is this so hard? Okay, hold on. Factorio.com/blog. We'll get there. Hold on. Factorio.com. There we go. We're getting there. Blog. More plant deliveries. Here we go. All right. Dang it! I knew it was going to do that. I knew it was going to close that window on me. There we go. Okay, we're here. We made it. Alright, let's see what the updates are. We have several more circuit networks available. The boiler type entities can now be connected to the circuit network. That's cool. I haven't done much with circuits. Landmine. Landmine was less of a why and more of a why not, but it makes itself useful as a tripwire or enemy detector. Okay. We're happy to say we figured out a solution. Circuit inputs and outputs can be directed to different wire colors. I don't know enough about how this works to say how much that means, but it sounds really useful. Lab control behavior. We've had many requests to set research automatically. The species became useful, and planetary deliveries of different packs would necessitate manual switching to optimize usage. This is like super late game stuff, I think. Landing pad unloading bay. I don't know anything about that. Planet texture details. I mean, it's making an amazing looking game look even more amazing, so. Pump connection to train. In order to implement the pump to fluid wagon connection, the pump got super complicated. After all that effort, the logic was limited to only connect pumps to fluid wagons. I have never tried to move fluids with trains. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe we'll have to look at that. That's cool. Hmm. Oil refinery. Updated graphics for the oil refinery. That's cool. Assembly machine. Over the years, we have updated and reworked many of the entity graphics. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. That concept art is so cool. Oh my god. Very cool. Yeah, I don't follow these super closely. I did read last week's, which was this one. Is it not going to load now? Doesn't feel like loading. Where they talked about adding flipping support for more machines, and that seemed really cool and useful. But I'm kind of like, I am nowhere near proficient enough at this game for me to understand most of what they talk about. So, no, it was loading. It was just decided to take forever. So, okay, so we're gonna put a splitter here and run it. This isn't gonna work. This is too crowded. I should move this down is what I should do. Let's do this. I'll move this down a bit to here. Like this. Okay. There. We're gonna get rid of these. We're gonna move this down. What goes on this line? Coal and stone. So we're gonna put stone here. That. And then this one is going to come from over here, and we're going to do a coal like that. There. And then I'm just going to cheat. And do that. There. Problem solved. Okay. So these are coming up and going this way. This is all here now. We need power down here though. Then we can put this here, and of course that doesn't quite reach. Why do you do this to me? I guess this can go here and that can go there. And we'll do it that way. There. Okay. So this makes stone. Goes into there. This makes walls. Excellent. Now we have red ammo and walls and grenades. So now I can put this one here. And we can do... This goes up here. Nope, like that. And now I don't need this stuff because it's connected up above. And this becomes black science. There we go. Come on, baby. Show me the good stuff. There it is. Black science. All right. And now I can stretch this sucker. Just check out the website, and it's apparently for buying followers. A lot of people saying it's a scam. Oh yeah, absolutely. The AI viewer thing. Yeah, don't click that. I think I get those every now and again. I'm not entirely sure. Warn, timeout, ban. Ban's not gonna matter. I guess I can delete it. There we go. Poof. It's gone. Yeah. The built-in Twitch moderation tools don't seem to catch it automatically. And I haven't found a good way to moderate it yet. I'm not as familiar with that side of the setup on the Twitch side, so I've just been ignoring them, but it's a good call out. I always get confused by people calling military black science because to me it looks gray metallic. Yeah, I could see it being gray science. That's true. If I look at not that. This? Yeah, down here. Yeah, I guess Prometheum science is more black now, but this is new. This is new with Space Age. So this is more gray than it is black now, since there's actually like a blacker black. You can block terms and phrases in Creator Dashboard Settings Moderation. Ooh. Let me take a look at this. Creator Dashboard. Settings. I do not have a moderation section in my settings. Yeah, if I'm in the Creator Dashboard and I go to Settings, there is no moderation section. Oh, wait, but there is a moderation section in the dashboard directly. Hold on. Hold on. Auto mod and message filtering. View advanced settings, smart detection, auto mod. Ooh, here we go. Blocked terms and phrases. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. I will, yeah, I will look at getting that set up. Thank you, Esteban. I appreciate that. When looked down about from far away, I always just see gray metal color. Yeah, like I said, you're absolutely right. It's actually more gray than it is black. I think it's more, if we look at just like the original colors, they're all extremely distinct. And gray is never a distinct color, right? It's always like, because it's halfway on the spectrum from white to black. And so all these others are all the way to one side. So black is like all the way. So, but no, I can see it. I agree. Don't want someone going to the link and blaming on you. No, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. All right, what was I doing? I need to get this all the way up here. So let's run this guy. Go, and what happened here? No, stop it. There. Let's get rid of all this crap. I'm gonna need all this wood to make more power poles anyway. There. Good enough. Okay, cool. So, black. Oh. Yeah, I guess I don't need this light anymore. But we should put a light here. Okay, so black science is, and realistically, although I agree that it looks more gray than black, I'm going to keep saying black because I have always said black, and as much as I would like to, I don't see that habit changing anytime soon. All right, so now we can do that. Here it comes. Bam. Excellent. Look at that. Love it. All right. It's now all these things that needed black science we can now do. We can do follower robot counts. We can get flamethrower turrets up and running, which is cool. We can get modules. Oh, so good. All right. Yeah, that gave us a nice big boost. What about blue? So where are we? So we're about to do trains. I set up solar next. I don't really care about solar. Tool belt. That's fine, I guess. I don't really care about this stuff, though. I started playing Factorio when 2.0 came out and immediately jumped to Space Age. That might be part of the way. Yes. Okay. That totally makes sense. If I had started with all these other colors, I would absolutely be calling that gray because I would be calling this one black. But when I started, white was the top tier and these other ones didn't exist. So it doesn't, I don't have to distinguish I didn't have to distinguish between these two because that one didn't exist. But yeah, that totally makes sense. Okay. Let's see. So we actually have plenty of red ammo. What's our bottleneck here? Walls. Interestingly. Okay, that's fine. We can expand the walls. Bam, bam. Yep. And right there. And right there. And right there. It's that easy. You guys are using unknown words with all this magic stuff. Yep. Okay. So that's going to get us making some walls. That's going to get Black Science going out. We're working on tool belt. I need to queue up some more stuff here. I know nothing about these. I kind of want to do these. I should do these first, though. Let's do those, and then we'll do the combat drone. What is this? Weapon shooting speed 4. And projectile damage 4. Maybe we'll do it that way. Defenders are like mini gun turrets that follow you temporarily. That sounds really cool. And then oil processing is out of band because I need to get oil for that. Circuit networks, I'm not quite far enough where I think I'm gonna use that. What are all these locked behind? Oh, I need solar for all this stuff. Maybe I should prioritize solar then. That's locked behind oil processing, which I'll get to. And that's also locked behind oil processing. It's a good alternative to turret creep if you feel that's too slow and want to be more aggressive. Okay, I'll give it a shot. I did the turret creep a little bit. And it worked pretty well, but it is kind of clunky. So we'll give that a try. So let it finish the tool belt. We'll do the drone next, weapon upgrades, and then we'll do solar because that's blocking a bunch of stuff. Okay. Do I need? Well, we'll just let that run for now and see how it does. It looks like I'm probably going to want to build this out more, which means I'm going to want to build that out more. It's fine. Okay, but I need more inserters. How are we doing on red ammo? Oh, glorious. Look at all that red ammo. Okay, I need to get rid of some of this crap. What I need to do is have like a crate here. And we'll put this down, and then I'm just gonna dump all this in here. That's how I should be doing this. But I have no inserters. Hold on. Hold on. Inserters are down here. What's the red ammo about? Is that the good stuff? Yes. So yellow ammo, easiest way to look at it is here. So yellow ammo is kind of your first basic tier ammo. So it does 5+1 physical damage. So 6 physical damage. And this is just like your entry level stuff. Red ammo is your next tier up. You convert yellow ammo into red ammo, and it does 8 plus 1.6, so 9.6 damage. So 50% more damage compared to yellow. And then once we get to uranium, which I've never actually gotten that far before, then we get green ammo, which is a massive bump up from there. 24 plus 5, basically. So anywhere that we can, we want to move up to red because it's just a straight damage boost. Speaking of, I have plenty now, so I can replace all that. Did I get those inserters? I did not. Where are they? They are down here somewhere. There they are. Okay. But since I'm in the process of converting all my yellow ammo into red ammo, I'm going through all my turrets and pulling full stacks of yellow ammo out. And so I'm ending up with this huge kind of backstock of yellow ammo, which I have no use for anymore because I just need it all converted into red. So let's get these replaced. What's your favorite class in Terraria? Magic, Summoner, Melee, Ranged. So usually I end up going Melee. Just because like it's the most straightforward, it's the one I understand the most. I kind of bounce back and forth between Melee and Ranged at endgame because for some things guns work better. I have always had a hard time with Magic and Summoner. Magic feels too slow and like it doesn't do enough damage. I want to like it, but it takes, you have to really gear all the way up for it to be useful. I know the game has had a ton of changes since the last time I played, so maybe that's not true anymore. But that's how it was last time I played it. And then last time I played, Summoner was not really a thing. I think I played a little bit right after it came out, and it seemed like it could be good, maybe, but I had a hard time with it. I had a hard time figuring out like the right balance of guys and being aggressive and not, and it felt weird. So favorite Terraria class is tanky versions of each of the four. Yeah. So usually I just go melee and I get all the armor. Exactly. The tanky version, I get all the armor and I get the beefy weapon and I just smack things. That's the easiest. Okay, let me dump off the rest of this yellow ammo. So much yellow ammo. Oh, I have a big stockpile of black science on me. Let's get this out of here. How did that happen? There we go. Yo-yo is so good. I love the yo-yo. That is easily my favorite weapon. You are absolutely right. It is its own class. Tank Mage is fun because then I can take advantage of magic cuffs. We will have to play Terraria on stream at some point, and y'all can walk me through all these other class styles because I want to like Magic and Summoner so much. Conceptually, I love them, but in practice, I have always had the hardest time making them just viable. Okay, give me some more red. All right. So what is next? We've got that spec out. We've got a bunch of stuff here. Pump jacks. I gotta get oil going. Yeah, I know. Trains. We can do trains now. I would not mind getting that spun up. I guess we could start automating red belts. I still need my car, but I'm kind of holding off until I get blue science, and then I can just hijack engines from my blue science setup. Ugh. Do I go do pump jacks next? Do we even know, like... See, there's some copper up there. Iron. We should probably get trains set up because these veins are probably going to start drying up. Not terribly soon. We got a bit of time, but we're probably going to need trains, and I think you're right. I think I need, as much as I don't want to deal with it right now, I think I need to get started on oil. I should do radars. You're absolutely right. I should do radars. Radars scare me. Right? Because radars use up a ton of electricity. But I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. Electricity use is not necessarily a problem. Pollution is the problem, but that's okay. I keep treating this like Fortress Craft. I played so much Fortress Craft, and it kind of ruined me for all other factory games, because in Fortress Craft, the amount of automation you do increases the aggressiveness of the enemies. So the more you automate, the harder the enemies get, and the more frequent the attacks get. So I'm like, I don't want to automate more until I know I'm ready, because I don't want to deal with the enemies attacking. So every automation game I go to play, I end up treating it that way, and it's like, that's not how it works. But that's such a hard habit to break. So yes, you're right. I should do radars, and I should do... Yes. I should do radars. You are absolutely correct. Okay, let's, shoot. My brain's overloading. Give me a second. Okay. All right. Let's go out. Let's just go look. Let's just go look and see what we find. We have oodles of ammo, and we have a bunch of turrets, so we can turret creep if we need to. We're fine. Okay, there's tool belt. So we're going to get our defender bots soon. There was an enemy here, and I wiped them out. Let's see, if 16-year-old you walks into the room wanting to fight, who would win? I mean... 16-year-old me was kind of a wuss. And so am I, so it'd probably be a draw. Weakest answer possible, maybe, but it's the reality. Okay, here we go. Alright. Ah! Early section enemies attack because pollution went outside the fog into an unrevealed area. Yes, that is very true. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Does this count as turret creep? Just throwing down a ton of turrets and filling them with ammo? This is more like turret spread or... okay. Okay, so we got a nice big copper vein there. And hey, there's the edge of our pollution. That's nice. I guess it's creep in the sense of... Ooh. Why is that one orange? A biter spawner. I guess it's creep in like the sense of StarCraft creep. Whereas in my head, creep is like slowly creeping forward. So That makes sense. All right, we're just going to come down here. Just filling this out so that I have a little bit of buffer here. And we're looking for oil. I really need my car, dude. Okay, hold on. What do we got here? All right, here we go. Come on. There we go. Ah! There we go. What? That's just this guy, right? Yes. Okay, that's fine. Okay, not too bad. This is a little fiddly when you have, like, 4 turrets and 300 ammo. When I'm walking around with, like, 1,000 ammo, it's really not a big deal. Still no oil, though. Okay, what do we got going on down here? Ugh. Ugh. They're getting so big. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Okay, I think that's good. So we want to check out this area and that area. You know what? Let's just make a car. I've been holding off because I'm like, I could get the engines from my blue science, and I don't have blue science, but like, I don't have to wait that long. So let's just set up, let's just get a car, because I'm tired of walking around. All right, what do we need for a car? Where's the car? Car. Here we go. All right, we need 20 iron plates, 5 steel plates. That's all easy. And I need 8 engines. What do I need for engines? Steel plates, gear wheels, and pipes. That's easy. Need steel. I need some gears. Whoops. There we go. Gears and pipes. I need 16 pipes. Hold on, they're here somewhere. There they are. 5, 10, 15, 16. One thing I like to do is place a quick line of turrets and Z-drop ammo to each one so I don't have to fill the entire 100 mag buffer on every turret. What is Z-dropping? I am not familiar with that term. Didn't I just make pipes? Yeah, there they are. Boom. Okay. So, Z to drop items on the ground. Okay. Car. Here's our car. So we're making the engine units. We have steel. I need iron. Can get iron. Okay. Also puts items in machines and inventories one at a time. Okay. Okay, so that's making engines. We'll get our car. And then once we have our car, we'll go up here and we'll go back there and get all that figured out. In the meantime, Rails? I think we do rails next. So, rails need stone and steel and iron sticks. Stone and steel I can pull directly from my bus. What do I need for sticks? Just iron plates. Okay, that's easy. Let's see. That's what I'm looking for. Allows turret creep with more than just 10 turrets. That makes sense. What I want to see is this guy. Presumably, if I want to make red splitters, I should do that here. So I can just pick up from this. What about blue splitters? Are my computer specs? I have a RTX 3060. And a 12th gen i5 CPU. It's the 12 gig. Okay, so if I'm gonna do that, I should go down some more. Wait. This is the part of the game where I start to get a little ADHD and have a hard time paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay, here's my engine units. Let's make my car. This, and this, and that. Have you seen RAM prices and SSD prices? I intentionally do not look at them because they make me sad. Boom, we have a car. All right. Come on, let me in. Boom. All right, here we go. Let's go check this place out. All right, what's going on up here? So much desert. Oh my god. There's nothing out here. Hold up. Uh-oh. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Excellent. Definitely need to get radars online, though. You're absolutely correct about that. All right. Got a bunch of copper, which is, I mean, nice, I guess, but not really terribly useful for me. What is this? Gross. Skirt. Hold up. Why are you not on my map? What's going on down here? is a tiny base. Okay. Where'd my cargo? Is that it? Yeah. I am not seeing any oil. This sucks, dude. It's a desert. There's supposed to be just like fields of oil. Where is it? Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. We got uranium. This is actually kind of a nifty little defensive spot there. Look at that. Yeah. All right. Not too bad. Pick all this up. Okay. So we got a nice big uranium vein there. I have never messed with uranium. But that's not really what I'm looking for right now. Okay, here's the ocean. Ooh. Ew, nasty. Okay, we got another base down here. Here's some coal. And another base there. Where is all the oil? Okay, okay. We got a big iron patch, which is good. We're gonna need that at some point. This is gonna be a nightmare to get. Ugh. Wait, is that oil? No! Dude! That sucks! It's gonna be so bad, and this means that my frickin' bus is gonna hit a wall right here. Oh! That is so gross. This map sucks. Alright, there's a little bit of coal. Oh, and there's another biter base. Small one. see, what's over here? Wait. I see another base on my map. Where is it? Ow. Ow! There it is. Okay, there's a stone pile. Which is a nice backup, I guess. Ow. Alright, let's get out of here. Shoot. I guess we can go look up here some more. Oh, wait. Where is that? I didn't see another oil vein there. Hold up. That one is actually kind of okay. Where is it? Down here. Ah, okay. Here we go. So we have one here and one there. Okay. I mean, your streaming schedule like the days you stream or hours? No, it's kind of just, so hours wise, I try to start around 6:30 Eastern time, and I stream for about 2 hours usually. But days, I don't really have a schedule. It's kind of whenever I'm free and feel like doing it. Lately, that's been like almost every day, which has been really awesome. Usually, it's probably like every 2 or 3 days is a bit more normal. But it's all kind of up in the air. But thanks for hanging out. Been great chatting with you. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. All right, let's go take out those guys, so that I don't have to worry about them. Absolutely. Have a good night, man. All right. Okay, so we have found oil. It is not the most convenient place, but it is more convenient than this mess. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 pump jacks. I can do that. All right. Okay, so we need pump jacks. Ooh, we got our drones. That could be cool to use. No, don't get distracted. Pump jacks. We need 8 of these suckers. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to do a full automation just yet. Let's just make the ones we need for now. Actually, can I make pump jacks by hand? Maybe? Five, six, seven, eight. There. Okay. We are going to need to automate pipes, though. Do I have any factories that I can just kind of graft those into without it being super awkward? Not really. Alright, we're gonna have to do a dedicated factory. Which is fine. I should go take that pot out. Alright. So... Oh, but I wanted to do red splitters here first. Alright, let's just do it. So we have iron gears and electric circuits in addition to the yellow splitters that I'm already making. So let's just do that. Gears. I have this kind of set up for... Okay. So, we'll send an iron line in, make gears. Let's turn that around, and we'll pick all that up. So that has yellow splitters. Put a circuit line there. Wait. No, I need to loop that around, is what I need to do. I need to go this way and then loop it around. So, we're gonna do, not this. We can do gears here though. That's fine. So we'll do this. This will be iron gears. So we're gonna do iron plates coming in along with circuits. Why not? Iron plates and circuits. The iron plates will output gears. This can come around. Let me move this down one. Like this. And then this can pick up iron from there. This makes gears. Look at all this stuff. There we go. Okay, so this will make gears. Gears will go out onto there and loop around. So we'll have gears, splitters, red splitters. We'll have gears and splitters on here and circuits on here. And so then I can put this here and we can take this like that. Oops. There we go. And that'll output red splitters. That should do it. So this is going to be iron. And this is going to be circuits. So iron comes from there. Circuits comes from here. Nope, not there. What am I doing? Not that one. Circuits, iron. That should do it, right? I think. Boom, baby. Red splitters. That's how we do. All right, now I don't have the stuff for blue yet. Blue needs oil and needs lubricant, and red circuits and like is a whole bigger thing. So I'm not going to worry about getting blue in here. Okay, but now that's done. So now I want to set up a new factory down here, which is going to be a very, very simple factory. I'm going to bring a single line in, like so. I want 2 lines in here. No. No. I want 1 line in. We're going to do 1 line out. Like so. That's what I want to do. This is going to be iron in. The iron will produce pipes. This will output the pipes back onto here. And then we're going to put one here that makes curved pipes. Do I need either of those for anything beyond that? I don't think so. There aren't like upgraded pipes, right? Casting pipes. Molten iron in the foundry? I know nothing about this. No, there's not upgraded pipes. So this will be fine. So then I can just pull straight out of here. And we can pick up off of here. One there, one there. I'll limit this to 2, I guess, and this 1 to 1. In, out. Should do the trick. And we need some power. Okay. And then we need some iron. There we go. And that should be both automated pipes and automated underground pipes. Here comes the iron. Good. Here comes the pipes. How many pipes in a stack? 100. That's probably fine. I probably don't need more than a stack of that. So this is catching them all right now. That's fine. Once that's full, it'll start sending them down, and then they'll get picked up and put in there. So that's good. Let's get some lights down here. Okay. What else? Should we do... Got red inserters there. We've got assembly Mark IIs there. Red ammo. That's just circuits. That's just circuits. What do we got here? Underground. I just need to mix these with gears to make red underground belts. I could do that. That's easy. I could do this. This would make gears. What's the belt of yellow undergrounds for? This? Nothing specific. This one probably could have just been going straight into a chest. I kind of just like to put things on belts so that I can see them and I can just run over and grab them without having to open the chest, but there's no real good reason why this is a belt. But I'm about to use this as an input to this, so... So these are going to output to here. And then this is going to come around this way. Wait a minute. Yeah, this is going to be a little weird. Okay, it's fine. So we're going to do something like this. And then this is going to be red. Gears and underground belts. Underground belts, gears are going to be output under there. That's fine. So then this, I need a inserter like that. And then this can go like that. And I'll just send iron in here. I think that'll work. So I can take this, pop it down here, do that. Are there no gears on the bus? No, I only have iron plates on the bus. So I make gears on site. And then we can do this. Oh, the other reason these are on a belt. The other reason these were on a belt is so that I could scale this up if I wanted to. I could add more of these and then they would all come down and go into here. For underground belts, that's not really super important because I'm never going to need that many of them, which is why I'm not doing it here, but that's why. That's the real reason why it was on a belt. So we can just do this, I think. And that'll be limited to, let's do this to 2. Yeah, I think that'll do the trick. And I can offload a bunch of these. And then like that. Okay. Here come the gears. Yeah. Yeah, this was like, where am I? Yeah, I'm right at the beginning of my bus, so this was like one of the first things I set up. At the time, I was designing it just to be scaled out, but it's like, I don't actually need like multiple crafters of underground belts. Normal belts, maybe? Probably not. But underground belts, definitely not. So I'm not doing that now, but. And then this is going to need like a stupid number of gears, but that's fine because it's going to make them and then it'll just be running passively in the background. Okay. So. Yeah. Yeah, no. Definitely not needed. So now red normal belts is just yellow belts plus gears. What in the world? I'm gonna do something kind of wild here. Let's do this, and then this. There. That's one way to do it. Okay, we have red belts. And then I can just dump off a bunch of these because we're going to upgrade to red belts. Okay. Get out of there. All right, red belts are going. We've got our red underground belts here. Those are going to start building up. That's fine. I did red splitters already. Got my pump jacks. We've got our pipes. We should have plenty of pipes built up now. Need to extend all this stuff down. There we go. Okay, is that everything? I think that's everything. Now. Pipes. Pipes. Okay. Oh, I need power down here. There. Okay. All right. Now. Let's go see about this oil. All right. Now, step one, place some pump jacks. I'm never quite sure what the best way to do this is. Pump jack cannot be flipped. Okay, that's fine. Let's see, let's put big sand rocks in the way. Hold on. Get out of here. Okay. All right, I think I want one here and one there. And put that one there. I think I want to do those two like that. This one here, maybe? Like that. Okay. So now, let's get our pipes. One there. That. Like that. Like that. Like that. Nope. Okay. Nope, wait. Not done yet. Like that. Okay. Now they're all connected. We need to get power out here, which is fine. I can do that. Um, and then don't I have fluid handling unlocked? Why am I not seeing like refineries and stuff? I don't. Oh, I need oil processing. Oh, which you get by actually pulling the crude. Okay, okay. That's fine. So once I get this all kicked off, that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna need to get power down here, which means I'm gonna need a bunch more power poles. Or I can start upgrading to bigger power poles, which could be nice. Supplier is 18 by 18. Y reach is 18. Y reach is 32. I can make these now. Ooh, maybe I should probably automate these boys, huh? Yeah, yeah. Let's do that. Hold, please. Skirt. Okay. Let me get that out of the way. And let's ghost these down a bunch more. There we go. There. Okay. So now let's set up automation for these guys. What do I need? I need steel, iron sticks, and copper cable. And let's also plan for this one. This one also needs steel and copper cable, but needs advanced circuits instead of iron. Okay. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. So that tells me I should bring in a line of... I'm not going to need more than one of each of these. So I should bring in a line of copper. Whoops. Convert it into copper cable. Loop it around and join it with steel, and then have a separate line for iron sticks, I think. Or, ooh, I like this better. Let's do this. This could be cool. Let's bring in a combined line. Let's do this. Let's bring in, oops, a combined line, copper and iron. Is this stupid? Maybe this is stupid. I don't know. I'm giving up the ability to scale, but I don't need to scale these things. It doesn't matter. We're going to bring in a combined line of copper and iron, and we're going to do this. This is going to leave a bunch of resources sitting on the line. It doesn't matter. This will output and what I want to do how do I want to do this? I think what I want to do is something like this. So now this is a combined line of iron sticks and copper cable. And then have these here, and one of these is going to do medium electric poles, and the other one is going to do big electric poles. And then this is going to be steel. And then these can just both output directly into chests, which will be limited to 1 stack each. This might be dumb, but I think it's fine. Okay, so this is going to be copper. And this is going to be iron. Whoops. Whoops. It looks crazy. But it actually does work, I think. And then this is going to be steel. And that'll build 50 of those and 50 of those, which is more than enough for what I need right now. So I think that's fine. Let's... Yeah, see, like, I think this is fine. Let's pick up those. We're gonna dump off a stack of these. Could use some lights. I could use some inserters. Use some of those. What else? Red underground belts. Oh, this is just still going because this is going to take forever. I could speed this up by expanding out my gear production, because this is waiting on collecting gears. So I could do like 3 of these. There. Let's just speed that up. And then... Yeah, see, this guy's like... He's on top of it. And I can just dump those in there. And I can dump these in there to unload them. How are we doing? Ooh, look at all that science. Oh, and the black science is backing up too, so I could get some more labs running there. That's excellent. Ooh! Look at all that. Glorious. Looks like grenades are actually by bottleneck, surprisingly. But I have room to expand that if I want to. One thing I could do... Start offloading some of this stone. Okay. Excellent. I am very happy with where things are at now. Right, so I have red belts. So let's have red belts, and I have red splitters. And I can get red underground belts. Everything's coming together. What? What? No! What's happening? What did they do to my turrets? These I need to move. What the heck? There. I don't like that. There's no one in my pollution zone. Alright, is anything here? Looks like they were focused exclusively on my turrets, though. It doesn't look like anything's damaged. Everything seems to still be flowing. These are down, but that's because they drained their regions, which is fine. We can... I can get that fixed right up. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. We need to get radars online. I don't have any radars, and this is starting to be an issue. How am I doing on power, by the way? 5 out of 10. Okay. Underground belts is what I wanted to grab. There they are. And we should have... Well, we have a handful. And I can dump another batch of these off there. And then I just want to check on my... Ooh. Ooh! What is going on here? I am running very low on iron, apparently. Well, I guess those three... What is eating up all my iron? That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Those are all good. Oh, these are. Okay. Those will back up, though, at some point. So I'm not super concerned about that. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Everything has plenty stockpile, so I'm not too concerned. Have a bunch of yellow ammo left there. And how are we doing down here? Beauty. Excellent. All right, I'm just going to put these in here for now. Cool. All right, I think I am going to call it there for tonight. Been streaming for about 2 hours. We got a bunch of stuff automated. We've got red belts. We've got better power methods. We got black science running. And we got our pump jacks placed. Next time we'll get oil actually set up and get processing running. And keep going. Get our radars online next time too. Cool. Let's lock that in. There we go. All right, my friends. I want to thank you so much for coming out and watching. Esteban, Ring, everybody else. Great getting to... I say this every time, but it's great getting to play these games with you. Getting to hang out and chat. I really enjoy it. So with that, you want to chat in between streams, or if you have any suggestions for other games to play or anything like that, you want to get notified of when I go live, because these notification systems are not reliable, make sure you join the Discord. You can find my link in the description on YouTube and then the About Me section on Twitch. So, once again, I want to thank you so much for watching, and hope you have a wonderful evening. And I will see you next time.